Kathy, what are you seeing in terms of the organizational designs and building up these skills and the qualifications? Are they on track, or where are they at?
This really has to be top of mind of the C-suite and the board of directors. They're ultimately, providing governance over this research and this development into AI, and yet, I know even myself as an IT professional, it's an uphill battle in order to understand even just the broad principles of artificial intelligence, let alone getting into some of the really technical new evolutions in the decision trees and algorithms that are being utilized.
Yeah, I think one of the aspects always with any kind of transformational change is to really understand the gaps in the knowledge and human comprehension to be able to make informed decisions, right? So if we take the board of directors governance training programs that we have internationally in the various certification bodies, very few of them have specific sessions on AI and ethics or AI and risk. Certainly they've got security and risk, but do they have a deeply skilled AI officer there, to really ensure that evil versus thoughtfulness doesn't prevail, right?
Yeah.
So, from what I can see, there's a huge opportunity for new content development, more dialogue, more certification, even rethinking some of the expanded competencies for recruiting board of directors so that they have a blend of skills in IT, regulatory risk, and also AI risk. It is a very deep discipline. Some of the global leaders, they will only hire AI, advanced data sciences experts, if they have advanced master's degrees and doctoral degrees, because the basics in data sciences is just not representative enough.
Yeah, and I think that it is much more accessible than a lot of executives believe. If I just think about cybersecurity and the focus that's been there for the last 5 to 7 years, and the way that boards have been educating themselves is they've been inviting into their boardrooms, into their executive offices, their cyber professionals and saying, explain it to me,
Yep.
lay it out for me, help me understand the risks. And that's what they need to start doing
Yep.
with their innovation teams, is saying, sit me down, bring me into your labs,
Yep.
show me what you're working on. And really, I think that can be as beneficial to the developers and the operators of the AI, because I always found, that as you go to actually teach someone something else, you actually learn in the process.
And that's how adults learn. Adults learn through experiential learning and actually having those dialogues, but actually having some hands-on experience, right? Otherwise, we just don't retain the knowledge, right?
Yeah.
So the whole role of education is going to be really, really key to drive the accountability.
Well, if you look at the whole development of AI, it's very much a very business-centric, process-centric development. And really, the honest fact is that you're not going to find one single individual that can have all the knowledge and really can have the wide spectrum of knowledge that's required. So you really do need to have a very collaborative approach around AI. So you need to bring some of your more legacy IT individuals coming together with your data modelers, your mathematicians, the statisticians, all the graduate programs that you spoke about. They all kind of collaborate together and each bring to the table their various disciplines, along with, the ethicists, even the user group. Moving away from, a business group, dividing a set of requirements, handing them over to IT going away, developing it, bring it back. Is this what you need? Do you need to make any changes? But instead, it's going to be a very collaborative, very dynamic way of developing. And so it really is, I think, really required that there's really clear roles and accountabilities of what each group is bringing to the table, what they're responsible for. And that's where I think having those common principles that everyone can know and say, okay, this is kind of some of the boundaries we've agreed to on what we're comfortable as an organization and how we develop this technology.
I think the only build I might add to your good points, Kathy, would be I think there's a need for competency skill assessments, like knowing exactly where you're at in the evolution. So in other words, looking at your talent pool and how many experts do I have in advanced data sciences, being clear about what that means and the specific methods. So example, I'm just going to throw out some wild thoughts, like how many people do I have that understand gradient boosting? Pardon me, what's that, right?
Yeah.
Or how many people do I have that are experts in random forest methods or deep learning? So I think there's a real need to understand there's many different methods in AI. It's not a one-trick pony. And also the skills that IT professionals have, if you invest in those baseline skills, you can take your people to the next level, or they have the aptitude to learn.
Right.
I'm really pleased to see that a lot of the new master's programs are integrating all of these disciplines into one curriculum now, right? So we're seeing lots of innovation where people that are taking a master's in data sciences, but they're getting skills in AI, they're getting skills in advanced statistics, ethics, agile development, clarity of defining a problem. I mean, like the last thing you want with AI is not to be clear about what problem you're solving. And I do think with so much innovation, with depth of technology, that often we're not crystal clear in the organizations, what are we really trying to solve with AI?
Right.
And, it kind of goes back to, if you don't have clarity around your vision and your roadmap, you don't go anywhere fast, right?
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
But I think that's an encouraging sign where the academic organizations are recognizing that there's a huge shortage of skills in these areas.